Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT. It's Pops. And you're watching True School Sports. Bah! Yeah, man. Well, there's definitely a lot to this.
It'll be a pleasure to meet you in person. I've heard so many nice things about you from Stacy. And when a guy like Stacy talks about somebody well, there's reasons for that. You
What
know,
did
he
he what did he say
Stacy,
exactly?
well, he says you're a cool guy, you're a great guy, you're enthusiastic. That's bad to say. And he told, as I always say about guys like old timers like Stacy, they throw out compliments like manhole covers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, how do I look? Do I look bad?
I mean, you don't look as bad as you were advertising to me on the phone. You look all right.
Okay, because I got my hair a little slicked back a little bit, and I got a nice shirt on and everything else, or some kind of boxing shirt or some freaking thing. Okay, so
Yeah.
4:30, here we are, 4:30. Fire away.
Fire away. Okay. I wanted to get your take on the whole Showtime boxing schedule.
Everything. Just give me start out, and I'm ready to go.
Okay. Well, what do you make of the whole like Angelo Leo Stephen Fulton fight that's coming up this weekend?
I think it's an excellent fight. I mean, two undefeated guys. One's a PBC, one's Heyman, one's I'm sorry, PBC, and one is Mayweather, which is a division of PBC. It's what boxing's all about. Two young guns going at it for the vacant title. There's nobody with 4 or 5 losses. There's nobody that was slipped into the ratings. They both want where they are. So we will get a good, legitimate champion. No.
Absolutely, yeah. It's one of the very few times I've ever seen two Al Heyman fighters fighting for a WBO title. Because didn't they say that they're not going to recognize the WBO?
Well, I think they shit on themselves, and when they made that statement, and they've been trying to go backwards from that over the last several years. So I think this is the part of the unshitting ceremonies, the unshitting ceremony is what it is.
Yeah, they got to undo all the unshitting they did to themselves.
Yeah, I don't know why they'd even talk. I don't even know why we would talk like that. It was ridiculous. Paco Barcasel, the president of the WBO, everybody involved with WBO is a first class operation. They're great people. They're fair. Paco, the president, picks up the phone himself, and he gives a guy like me the same amount of talk time as he would, Bob Arum or Al Heyman or anybody else. And he treats everybody fairly. So I don't know what Al Heyman's beef. I know what Al Heyman's beef was, but it was unwarranted. Let's put it that way to you.
What was his beef?
Well,
with him?
he expected preferential treatment because he's Al Heyman, and basically, Barcasel doesn't play that game. He treats everybody fairly and the same. And if you don't like how you're getting treated, like Rick Glaser gets treated, and how Bob Arum gets treated, and how All-Star Boxing Tatico Zavala gets treated, then you can go punt. And that's basically what happened. And he basically, Paco's a man of his word, and Paco just, basically told him, he says, we treat everybody fairly here. You're not, this is not the other organizations where they play favorites, and he doesn't do that. Everybody always asks, well, how come all Bob Arum's fighters fight for WBO titles? Because Bob Arum, when he schedules a fight, the fight happens. The WBO knows it's going to happen. It doesn't get canceled. It doesn't get everybody got canceled with the pandemic, but that was a national worldwide crisis. But it happened. Everybody. Another thing that these other organizations do, and I'm not saying any particular promoter, but I know Top Rank doesn't allow it. So when you fight for $200,000 or 300 or 400 or 500, whatever the figure is, these guys will put half on the contract so they don't have to pay the 3% on the whole thing to the WBO, or any organization. Well, the other promoters do that. Top Rank will not allow that to happen. Whatever you're getting, you're paying the 3% on. And Bob holds the line with that because he doesn't like to see people get treated like that, and that's just the way it is. If you're getting $1 million, you're paying $30,000. If you're getting $500,000, you're paying $15,000. These guys want to get $1 million, and then they want to pay $15,000. Doesn't work like that. You command $1 million because you're the champion of that organization. they had as much to do with you getting $1 million because you got $50,000 minimums in your contract, unless you're a world champion or blah, blah, blah. So they had as much, the organizations had as much about you being world champion, getting $1 million as you do at throwing the punches. The fighters don't look at it that way, but that's reality. Take the famous story about a particular fighter 25 years ago. HBO said, we don't want to do your mandatory, give up the title. He gave up the title. Then they said, well, you're not a champion anymore. Well, wait, you just told me to give up the title, all of it, because you didn't want us to fight the mandatory. Come on, guys. You know what I'm saying? You can't have your cake and eat it too. That makes no sense.
It's like Stacey McKinley always says that working together works. Everybody has their role to play in boxing. You have your role to play. I have my role to play.
Everybody's got a role. I know what I do. I know what you do. I know what Stacey does. I know what this guy does. And that's what it is. Clint Eastwood had the great line. Every man has to know his limitations. I mean, it was a great line in a movie, but in real life, it's a great line.
Hey, this is Adrian Granados, and you're watching True School Sports.